What's up guys, I'm going to do another Xbox One video, and this time I'm going to be talking about the brand new announced Xbox One S, how much it'll cost, and all the new features that it'll include. So first up, this console will be able to do 4K video, so that's like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, all that stuff, all these media apps. It's not 4K games, and they haven't said anything about if it's going to upscale games to 4K, but all we know currently is that you can watch movies and do Netflix and stuff in 4K. But speaking of movies, this is currently the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player out on the market. There is one other Blu-ray player out there that is 4K, like truly 4K, and that is one from Samsung, and I think that one's either $400 or $500, one of the two. So this makes the Xbox One currently the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player out there. So even if you don't want the Xbox or whatever, you can still get it for a Blu-ray player because it is the cheapest one out there. And I'll talk more about price in a bit, but it also comes with HDR, and that is high dynamic range. It basically means it's a wider spectrum of colors, so you'll get darker shadows and more vibrant colors. And you will have to have a specific TV for this to work on. It won't have any effect on any old TV that you might have, so you might have to go out and purchase a brand new TV if you want to fully take advantage of this feature. But if you do have a TV that supports HDR, then you will see a large difference in quality. The console itself is also 40% smaller than the existing Xbox One, which is nice, and it also has an integrated power brick. And I posted another video about this that you can check out here, where I talk about all the specific specs and everything of how big it is, but it is a smaller system with an integrated power brick. What's something to note is that Microsoft actually took out the Kinect port, so if you want to still use your Kinect with the Xbox One S, you're going to have to buy an adapter and plug it in via USB. So that's unfortunate, but not a whole lot of people were using their Kinects anyways. And it also includes a new controller. It has textured grip, which you can find on the Lunar White controller that is sold at GameStop. I believe Amazon is now selling those too, but it has this really awesome textured grip on it. It now has Bluetooth in it, so you can connect it to your PC without any adapters or anything on it. And apparently you can also use it for your mobile phone. It says Bluetooth, and you can use it for any Windows 10 device, and I assume you can also use it on your iOS or Android device as well if you want to play a game on there with an Xbox controller. But it also has custom button mapping, which is awesome, so you don't have to get an Elite controller for this. If you want to remap a bumper to, say, the A button, you can do that, and you won't have to have a SCUF or an Elite controller to do so. And it also has improved wireless range, which I think this is an awesome thing. And one other thing that this console will include is a vertical stand for your console, so your console will now be able to stand vertically. The Xbox One is not supposed to stand vertically, it's supposed to lay horizontal. But with this new system, it appears that it's supposed to be vertical, but you can also have it horizontal if you want. But it's nice that they're bringing that feature back for people who have a tighter setup and need a way to put their system upright. But for pricing for the system, I really think that Microsoft hit this out of the park here. I put together this little graph that I'll show you now, where you can check out the existing Xbox One and the Xbox One S and how much storage you want on each one of them and how much it's going to cost. So they also dropped the price of the current Xbox One, so the 500GB model is now $279. This is almost half off of what the console was originally when it was announced. But then again, this one doesn't have a Kinect. I was browsing Xbox.com, and there was a Kinect Xbox One 500GB version for this same price. So it is possible to find a Xbox One with a Kinect for $279, and that's a 500GB model. But these are special bundles and stuff. I'm just talking about the raw console. These are the starting prices with it. This doesn't include any games or anything. But you can find tons of bundles where you can get a $279 Xbox One with 3 games, and it's just the 500GB model. So the current Xbox One will be $20 cheaper, and that's just the 500GB model. The Xbox One S is starting at $299. That's a 500GB. For another $50, you'll get a 1TB hard drive, so you'll be able to double your storage capacity. And then for another $50, you'll be able to double it again, and you'll get a 2TB hard drive for $400. And the Xbox One currently has a $279 for 500 gig, $299 for 1 terabyte, and they do not currently have a 2 terabyte version of the existing Xbox One. So there you go. The cheapest you can get an Xbox One for now is $279, and that is brand new, not used or anything. But you could also, I guarantee you that you can find some bundles that have at least like 3 or 4 games, maybe an extra controller and a Kinect, like I previously said, for probably this exact same price, or maybe at most $20 more. But this is awesome that the Xbox One S is now $299. That is cheaper than I got my Xbox One for. I got mine for $349. But it's pretty awesome to see that it's $299 for a brand new console, and that's awesome. I'm definitely going to be picking one up. And for all those of you out there who just want a 4K Blu-ray player, like I said before, the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player out on the market currently, and you'll be saving yourself like $100 or $200 by getting this instead of the Samsung one, and you'll finally be able to watch your 4K Blu-ray movies. So that was pretty much everything that was confirmed about the Xbox One S. And one last thing that I kind of wanted to point out was an article that Windows Central put out, and I'll link it down in the description. But in the article, they talked about the Xbox One S potentially having better frame rates than the current Xbox One and just better performance over it. So according to Polygon, there was a quote from the Collision studio head Rod Ferguson, and he said, "It will also provide a more consistent level of technical performance as well." And he also said that the Xbox One S has additional raw GPU and CPU power compared to the current Xbox One, and the Coalition's engineers have been able to take advantage of that to reduce the frequency of frame rate or resolution penalties in demanding sections of the game. So if you have the Xbox One S, potentially you're going to get less frame rate drops than if you have the current Xbox One, but it'll also be interesting to see if current games will benefit from this. I know in Black Ops 3 they have resolution scaling, the same with Halo 5, so at certain parts of the game where it's super demanding, they'll scale the resolution back, so that way the game still runs at 60 frames per second or as close as that they can get. But in Black Ops 3, there are portions in the game where it drops down to 900p and it's still of like 40 frames per second, so it'll be interesting, and I'll definitely make a few tests and do a few comparison videos of the original Xbox One compared to this new Xbox One S, and just see if there's any performance boosts in any of these current games and any of the past games that have come out. So there you guys go. That was something interesting that I found out today about it, and I hope it's true that, you know, we can get better performance on older games like Halo 5. That'd be really awesome. But I'm pretty excited for this new system. I'm definitely going to be picking it up day one. Tell me what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.